Hey guys, today we're going to be working on a Yamaha WR250. This is a 2001. It hasn't ran in about 10 years. It's probably going to need a lot of work. We're not real sure. First things first, we're going to get it out here in the yard. We're going to pressure wash it, just get it cleaned up, get all the dirt off of it so that we can actually see what we're working with. And there's no point in just making a big mess if we can go ahead and clean it up and get all these cobwebs off of it. This thing was stored under a house for several years, and then it's been in some buildings and some sheds, and you can see it needs wheel bearings right off the bat. But the main thing is we're going to get the thing running, and we're going to try to do so for under 500 bucks. I don't know that it's possible, but we're going to try, so stay tuned. Yeah, I think it turned out pretty good. It's very clean. Very, very clean. Now, we can take it inside and tear it apart. That's what you're looking forward to, right?
You and me?
Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to any of it. I'm looking forward to having a dirt bike.
Huh. Steps to the process.
So they say.
Yep. So yeah, we just gotta take all the plastics off. We'll get the seat out of the way, pull the air box, the gas tank, get all that stuff out of the way. We gotta get to the motor. I mean, we could get to the motor without doing all that, but we're gonna be doing probably some pretty extensive work in the motor. I'll just show them your box of parts. Got a box of parts with it. It's got a full FMF, stock exhaust, a seat cover that looks like it came off of it when it was new. Even got the darn factory service manual. Oh, we won't have to get any air filter. There's plenty of air filter here. Plenty of mud in the air box too. Luckily, this was already unbolted apparently. Alright. So, I think just to make it easier on us, because all this needs to be cleaned anyways, like, I mean, look down in that air box, man, that's just muddy, you know what I mean? So, we'll pull this whole subframe off, just to give us more room to work, and we'll be able to clean it. And you can see these radiators are busted up kind of good too. So, let me grab a bolt tray here. And it's not a bad light, I don't think. Just needs some love. That's all.
We should probably buy some paint before it all goes back on so we can hit all this.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Let me grab 12. Yeah, so once we get the motor checked out, make sure everything's good there, then we'll determine whether or not we're going to be dumping money in it, you know. Might not even have to actually remove the subframe. Might be able to just pull it a little bit, separate it enough.
It's not wanting to come off that carburetor.
Oh, it's loose from the carb.
It looked like it was pulling.
Yeah, it's loose from the
Can you find it
carb.
again?
It's probably this electrical connection here for the tail light. That's what that is. Let's unplug the tail light. There's that. Looks like we got all the overflows running all the way back here to the, oh, that's right, it goes back here to this box, to the tank. So we'll just loosen that up. I think we can get by just loosening it for now. Pull some slack. There. Give us enough room to work. Gives us room to get the carburetor out. This should be pretty loose still too, because I put it back on just so we could wash it and not get water up in there.
As long as this has been sitting, it's probably worth cleaning out the tank and everything.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. We're gonna we'll go through this carburetor too before it all goes back together. Like I said, the main thing is though, I just want to get into this engine and make sure that.
Did you give them all the details on the bike?
I think so. Like, I think I said it was like an 01.
Yep.
Been sitting for like 10 years or something.
Yep, quit running 10 years ago.
There we go. Hang down. Yeah, it's just been moving around under house, under you know, carports and sheds and everything else for the past 10 years. That's why we washed it, because it was covered in spider webs and dirt and dust. So, yeah. All right, so now we've gotten to the engine. Now I just need to finish stripping it. So I'm gonna take this bracket here off so that we can get this valve cover off. The valve cover I think will come off without moving this, but just go ahead and get it out of the way because we're gonna need it out anyways. So the cylinder doesn't look too bad on the outside. It's actually, the motor's pretty clean. So yeah, so let's see, we're gonna need some Allens, take those loose. There's the compression release, so yeah, it does have a compression release. I thought that was a hot start, but
The hot start's on the side of the carburetor.
yep. So got a compression release on it. Oh look, that's taped up. So I didn't spray water in there earlier. Maybe a little bit. All right, well yeah. So I think what we'll do is just go ahead and take all this stuff loose and then come back. All right, so Tyler's working on getting the cam caps pulled off. We're hopefully here in the next 5 minutes gonna find out if the top end's bad or if it's something more severe. And typically when you do this, it's a good idea to keep these all in the same spot so they don't get mixed up. Tyler, before you take that all the way off, let's go ahead and back this cam chain tensioner out. That'll take some of that pressure off those cam caps. See how this one's wanting to lift up a little bit? That's one thing we forgot to do. You gotta take that loose so you can get some slack on the cam chain. Whole lot easier to do this when you don't have a carburetor in the way. Pop it with that, there you go. There. See now, that should be loosey-goosey. And it is. And then, yeah, hopefully we can pop that back down or something. Get it where it's not bound up. I didn't worry about setting it to top dead center or anything like that because we're gonna take the whole thing apart anyways. Not the bottom end, but we can reset timing pretty easy, so no point in really worrying about it. But yeah, so we're gonna pull the head off and we'll show you guys what that looks like here in just a minute. All right, so we got the cylinder head off. Made a little bit of a mess, but no biggie. So now we're gonna pull the cylinder off. Tyler, hold that.
This extra pry on the side?
Nope. Nope. Here, you hold that with your good hand. It's fine, just touch the base. Okay. All right. Now you can just let go of this. It's got enough pressure on it now. It's got enough weight that it can sit over there. So, here's the verdict on this. Let's wipe out the cylinder and you can kind of see that heat marks in there. It's not scored. And you can't feel them with your fingernail. You can feel a little bit right there. A little bit right there. But I really think we can hone it and it'd be fine. So let's check out the piston. So, piston's got some wear on the skirts, and then the crank, it's hot and needs bottom end. That sucks. See that purplish right there? It's where it's gotten hot. And of course it's way overfilled with oil. I mean, you can see the oil in there. So we might be able to free up the crank, the connecting rod on it, and it might still be salvageable without having to split it. Hand me that 14 mil right there, big thing. Yeah, it's tight. Actually, it might not be bad. Just hold that up there. Let it spin on your finger. Actually might not be bad. It's just been sitting, I guess.
It's drawing that chain down there, guys.
Okay.
It's freed up again.
I don't think it is. Are you holding the chain up tight?
I am. It keeps every once in a while it starts to draw the chain in. Like it's not drawing the chain in there. Then in a minute it will. It didn't that time.
Just hold it tight there, because I think that's all it was. There's a bind. But when it spins, pay attention to that chain. See if you see any bad spots on it. Anything just looks silly. Can't tell if that little bit of knock is in the crank or in the piston. It's in the bottom end. Bottom end, knocky knocky. You can have some side to side, but up and down is no good. Alright guys, well, it just got a lot more expensive to fix this thing. Alright guys, so we kind of hit a roadblock on this WR. It's actually going to need a crank. So we're going to do some research, try to look around, see if we can find a crank kit for it. If it was an 03, they're pretty easy to find, but apparently the 01s are a little bit hard to find. So we're going to look around, see if we can find a crank kit, and hopefully come back to it. Hopefully this build won't be dead. We're going to try to save it. So yeah, hopefully in the next video we'll be pulling the motor and splitting the case. All right, thanks for watching.